In this video, I want to talk about the emotional unavailability of Cloud. I know I've touched on this subject a few times before in previous videos. In fact, in my latest video where I was trying out a joke/parody type video, Fuxin Tixum left a comment, possibly pronounced as Phantom, but they said the emotionally unavailable one is on point though, so let's get odd. In preparing for this video, I started to think about how much polar opposites Cloud and Zack are. I feel like a lot of us might want to be more like Zack, but we can relate a lot more to Cloud. Zack is mentally and physically strong, and he became an actual first-class soldier. Spoiler alert. He also got the girl, and despite being in the original game a fairly minimal amount, especially when compared to the other characters in the game, like Cloud, the legend and the legacy of Zack Fair continue to live on to this day. But then we get to Cloud Strife. I mean, where do we start? When you go back to Crisis Core, he's actually kind of upbeat. He's not the sullen Cloud that we now know and love, at least not yet, but he definitely lacks confidence, which is something I think we can all relate to. Picture this. Instead of Cloud joining the members of Avalanche in the opening bombing mission, picture Zack instead. It would be a whole different dynamic. I feel like Zack, being pretty gregarious and sociable, would be like, "Oh man, you guys are so cool. Hey, I know this is a job and I'm getting paid for this, but you guys seem like a real cool bunch. How about we head over to 7th Heaven after this to get our eggs and chips on? Oh man, Barrett, is that a gun on your arm? Hey Wedge, you think I could come over later to pet your cats?" Zack is really positive, very confident, and just a great dude all around. And who's the opposite of that? Cloud Strife. I think Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VII Remake are as amazing as they are because of Cloud's character. Due to his lack of confidence, in addition to the trauma he experienced, losing his mother and his hometown, not to mention the severe Mako poisoning, he eventually becomes a quite sullen character who cannot open up, or refuses to open up. He constantly puts up walls around him to protect himself mentally and emotionally. I think a lot of us who play and love these games tend to relate more to Cloud. Am I wrong? And Cloud has a really great character arc, beginning with that opening bombing mission and how he tells Wedge, "This is just a job. After this, I'm done." And how he's constantly butting heads with Barrett, to eventually growing to really care about the other characters in the game. But I want to talk about this scene in particular yet again. I know I've pointed this scene out before, but it has quite possibly become my favorite scene in the game, because the emotions are really resonating with me at the moment. But let's start at the beginning. Cloud and Aerith meet briefly in front of Sector 8 where she offers him a flower, but they don't even get a chance to learn each other's names. They meet again after the Airbuster battle when Cloud falls through the roof of the Sector 5 church and the flower bed breaks his fall. Aerith asks Cloud to be her bodyguard and he fights off Reno. Then they cross the rooftops together. This is a really great sequence with beautiful music playing in the background, but what I really love about it is just the simple conversation that they're having with each other. And it feels like all of us as players of the game are able to witness their friendship form before our very eyes. So as Aerith's bodyguard, Cloud escorts her back to her home. Then before Cloud sets out for Sector 7, Aerith's mom, Elmira, suggests that they wait till tomorrow. But Elmira eventually insists that Cloud leaves and never speak to her daughter again, due to his ties with Shinra. So he does just that, but Aerith cuts him off, telling him that she's not done with him yet. So their adventure ensues and they head off towards Sector 7 and end up at Evergreen Park. This scene kills me. And as of right now, I relate to this scene more than anything in the game. So Aerith took Cloud all the way towards Sector 7, but then Cloud wants to take her safely back to her home in Sector 5. And for me, this back and forth between them is just, there's something really sweet and really powerful about this scene for me. If Cloud were in touch with his emotions, if he were emotionally available, he could be straightforward with her and just tell her, "Hey, I had a great time today. I liked spending time with you. I think you're a cool person and I think we should hang out again sometime soon." But what does he say instead? Pretty much nothing. Just anguish in his face. This anguish just makes me think of the pain in his heart when he thinks about how he might not see this person again if they were to part ways at this moment. This is really the beginning of their emotional connection and their friendship as a foundation. When I was a kid, I was always shy, timid, and people thought it was cute, I guess. But as I enter into my extreme old age, people are like, he's so quiet. What's wrong with him? He has a personality disorder. He's antisocial. And well, they're right. That's why characters like Cloud really resonate with me. An acquaintance once told me that adult friendships are very difficult to navigate. And I just think that's very true, and an understatement. Sometimes I wish I could be more like Zack, be more talkative and positive and strong, but that's why Final Fantasy VII and Cloud really hit home for me, because the main character is awkward and anxious and the quiet type. And in a way, Cloud's emotional unavailability is part of what makes Final Fantasy VII such a great game. Well, that's my opinion anyway. So here's my advice. Never make friends, ever. It's not worth the hassle. Thanks for watching. I hope you like this video. Stay odd and keep on playing.